Hey my loves, welcome back for another video. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Ashley and today we're slaying another lace wig. This one comes from Wiggins Hair, and not only did they send me the box with the wig, they sent me a goodie bag full of really cool goodies. Get a look at how beautiful these 3D lashes are. They also sent over a silk scarf, elastic to make the wig glueless. They also sent over this here, which is a wig grip with like a lace center. And here's the packaging for the actual wig. Get a load at how beautiful this wig is. I slowed it down so you guys can see the texture. Literally, it is so soft. The waves are so beautiful, so poppin'. It was super easy to install, and hopefully you're gonna watch along and see how I style mine. So for the specs on this one, it's a color 17. The texture is loose deep wave. Of course, it's a lace front wig, 180% density, and the length is 24 inches. Also, be sure to check the description box for a coupon code and a link to this wig. So of course you want to shop, I got your back and you can get a discount. They've also sectioned this one off or parted this one off as a center part. Of course you can go ahead and switch the parting up, but I'm going to opt for this because you guys seen I'm going to do 2 pigtails and I'm also going to wear it down after that. Step 1 for me is going to be to tint the lace. I love to use a foundation of my own complexion, buff it into the inside of the lace and blow dry until it sets. And then I put the wig on, and now the lace will match my complexion. What I love about this wig is that Wiggins already bleached the knots and they already pre-plucked the hairline, so it's going to be super easy to install. I'm going to go in and do some customizations before we go ahead and install her completely. You guys know I love my Care wax stick. This is my favorite to go ahead and style my hair. I'm also going to use a little bit of my shapers. Of course, everything I use is listed and linked in the description box for you guys to check out. The parting was a little bit shorter, so I did use the rat tail comb to extend it just a little bit. That made it look even better. And now we're going to go in and straighten out the parting, and it's just so satisfying to see once it comes together. Next up, I decided to go in and press out all of the hair in the lace. Now the lace closure is, I believe, a 13x6, and so I just took my electric hot comb and I just had my way with it and just literally pressed it out to get it as bone straight as possible. Yes, that means plenty and plenty and plenty of heat passes, and I honestly don't mind. I just watch my crime investigation shows on loud and I just let it go. I love to do this while the wig is not bonded down. That way I can lift it off of my scalp and, you know, again, just get it as hot as I can to get it as smooth and sleek as possible. And for me, it makes all the difference because I want my wig to look melted and flat and flawless. You can kind of sort of get the same concept by completely wetting the wig and kind of like flattening it down, if that makes any sense. But because I just didn't really want to have completely wet hair, especially because my protective style is a blow dry underneath, I went ahead and used the electric hot comb. Now honestly, I wasn't really up for plucking out the hairline too much, but I kind of wanted to just open it up a little. Sometimes you don't have to necessarily do a lot to make it look a little bit more custom fit to your head, but I did go a little bit in the very front of the hairline and then a little bit behind the hairline and just break it up a little bit so that it's not too uniform or boxy, you know, so that it just looks a little bit more natural. And as you guys can see, it's already looking super good, especially because the lace blends with my complexion so well, and the knots are of course bleached. So if you know me, you know that I usually don't use a glue to bond my wigs down. I use a non-glue adhesive. My current favorite is this one here, and of course I've been using this one for a minute. If you pay attention to my last couple dozen videos, I mainly use this one here, and of course it's in the description box if you just want to see what it is. And of course you can buy it at Target, probably even Walmart, and it does an amazing job at bonding the wig down and keeping it down. If I really wanted to you know, not have to touch it up, I can go maybe about 2 days max before I have to touch it up, and that's with being sure to keep my hair like secure when I go to sleep, and more importantly when I shower, making sure it doesn't get wet or damp around the hairline, and just keeping my scarf on as much as possible. I do work in sections. I love to cut off the excess lace and then bond down the center, and then I'll bond down at the left side and the right side, or vice versa, and usually it comes out really good. But be sure, if you do follow these steps, to use your blow dryer on a cool setting and blow dry for a long time. Even when it feels like your hairline is dry, continue to let it dry for a minute or two, and you'll kind of feel it suction on your head and know that it feels tight, like you've used a real glue. So as I mentioned, I am going to go for a 2 pigtail look for this look. I do center part all the time, side part all the time. I wanted to do something a little bit more fun, and what I loved about this wig is that it's super easy to part out. When you have good hair, good lace, usually when you part the hair, it just looks so pretty that I really wanted to show it off. So for a minute, I decided I was going to have these 2 little pieces, and I was just going to lay them down. You're going to see I'm going to trim them and turn them into baby hair in the end. I know we went ahead and hot combed the hair before we bonded it down, but again, when it comes to my hair, I don't play. I like it to look really good, and if it takes for me to do steps over and over until I get it right, I definitely am patient enough, especially with my lace wigs, to get it right. Now, when you are doing a ponytail or you know, any kind of hairstyle where you're exposing the lace, it's a good idea to go in and press around the ponytail. So I did press like every single section, like the sides and the back, so that it would lay super flat and look super sleek. This is kind of a step you don't want to skip out on unless you go in and like soak it wet, which if the hairline is with a non-glue adhesive, you kind of don't want to wet it too much. So it's up to you. You know, there are definitely options, but you definitely want it to be as flat as possible. So now that we're here, I decided I really did not like the way those two little things were. First of all, they weren't even real, you know, parted or anything like that. And I liked the idea of it, but once it was there, I kind of felt like it was not age appropriate. I turned 32 this week, and I just kind of felt like, let's just make it a little bit more grown and do the baby hair. And I kept it super simple, and I really love the way it came out. I'm going to secure it with an elastic band while I go in and style the ends of the hair. For the ends, I do use water and a little bit of a moisturizing conditioner, and that is pretty much it. are back with our hair done and our makeup slayed. I did go in and top it off with a little bit of concealer in the parting. You can put the concealer like around the entire ponytail or ponytails plural. I just did it down the center, and then I kind of blotted it around the hairline. Again, we didn't go in and tweeze it out too much, so you can kind of finesse and give the illusion that it is a little bit more plucked with the concealer in the front. Don't like lay it and spread it. You kind of just want to like dab it in sporadically, and then of course blend it out with a rag or whatever you have available. This is also going to make the hairline match your complexion a little bit more, as long as the concealer matches your complexion. I'm sorry about my makeup. I had just did it and I didn't use the setting spray quite yet, but I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Be sure to check out Wiggins. I've worked with this company a few times and they have some super bomb hair. Also, don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!